Hello outside world, welcome to my backyard. Hopefully the wind and all the noises aren't so much that you can't hear me. And because really if I have to reshoot this, I probably just won't do it. A while back I posted that I was going to try to do an Ask a Lawyer, hashtag Ask a Lawyer. And I got about 2 topics from people that aren't even regular viewers, they're just people that I knew. So I'll try to address those questions and give you an example of what we might do. But in general, lack of response, I'm not sure if this thread will continue. So, ask a lawyer. First question I got was about DMV, and now I've completely forgotten the word, assessments, DMV assessments. Basically, if you're popped for one thing or another by the cops or ticketed, what will happen is the DMV will assess a fee to you, even if I'm told you're not actually convicted of something. How is this proper? Was the question. I can't say whether or not it is proper in any moral sense. Legally, how it works is that driving is not a right. Driving is a privilege that's given to you by the state, where they decide that if you meet their certain qualifications, you're entitled to a license, entitled to register a vehicle, etc. On this one is because it's not a right that's being dealt with, because it's a privilege, they have more flexibility to make up the rules. They can constrain a privilege more than they can constrain a right. That's kind of a tautology. It doesn't necessarily explain why they do what they do, but that's how it works. Is that they have much more freedom to act, they being the state or the government in this case. The second question I had was, why aren't lawyers called doctor? And this is a question from a friend of mine, and it's a frequent question he asks as a lawyer, because it's kind of a little pet peeve of his, and it's even more of a pet peeve that I disagree with him on this. The reason this comes from is that the most common law degree in the United States these days is the Juris Doctor or the Juris Doctorate or the Doctor of Jurisprudence. It's separate than a terminal degree in a field. Like you can study sociology, you can get a bachelor's and a master's and then your doctorate, which is the final degree. A JD is actually the first professional degree. So it's a first degree and it's professional. It's not an academic study, thesis, dissertation, defense, kind of formal academic degree. So that's why there's the difference. Even though doctor is in the name, lawyers are generally not called doctor because it's not a doctoral degree in the commonly accepted academic sense of the term. There is a degree, I believe it's called the SJD. I can't remember what the Latin stands for, but it's basically a PhD in law. There are other places that have PhDs in law. If you get one of these degrees, then you would be entitled to be called doctor, even if you are practicing. But because practicing involves getting a degree and passing the bar, it's very separate than the doctor that's conferred from having a specific degree in an academic discipline. One caveat to this, of course, we're lawyers, we like to have excuses and exceptions and loopholes. Someone with a JD who's working in an academic setting, those people are frequently called doctor. Why it's different in the academic world, I think is more just a matter of perception and parity within that world, and not necessarily any way the degree is differently construed or that it should be treated that way for others. So I hope that answers the question. And even if it doesn't, actually for both of them, even if it doesn't, that's the way it is. The end. So those were 2 hashtag Ask a Lawyer. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll gladly do one of these again based on any legal questions I get. But in the meantime, look for more vlogs, look for more TV talk on the Vlonolog channel, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.